Practical Doug.
Booyakasha! It's that time again for Ask Practical Doug, which is a little Doug that lives inside my head and gives me practical solutions to problems. And if you have a question for Practical Doug, all you got to do is head over to any of MindGap's social medias at MindGap Podcast. Shoot us a question, hashtag Ask Practical Doug, or join our Discord. Hop in the Ask Practical Doug channel, drop your question, and I'll answer it. Or tune in live, and perhaps you might get your question answered. This week, we've got a question from Slotty, because I think the rest of these are pretty much Slotty at this point.
They're all from Slotty.
Save for one. And the one I wanted to pull up here, since normally I don't get to choose these, I figured I would pick these, is Slotty posted this statement in the Discord. It says, NASA just hired 24 theologians to assess how the world would react if we discovered alien life. This is, in fact, a false story. This was taken out of context. It's not true. And he says, and I have a feeling that this subplot in the season, this is the subplot in the season finale of 2021, is planting the seeds for the main storyline of 2022. So what I find interesting about this would be, like, let's say this was true, right? That NASA was like, hey, we're hiring, they just make a broad statement. We're getting the 24 theologians to come in here to help talk to us about, what we would do if we discovered alien life. And I've talked about this a couple of times on some podcasts, like how would the world react if we found out that aliens were real? And I want to start with Wolf, even though this is Ask Practical Doug. I don't want this just to be me talking for the next hour, because this is what's going to be. Strap in. Wolf, if the world realized that aliens were real, definitively, undoubtedly, it's real, how do you think they would react? And what should we do?
You know what? At this point, I don't think we'd give a damn. Because at the beginning of COVID and kind of a few months after that, they unclassified some documents that said there are UFOs that we have no fucking clue what's going on about. And the world went, that's interesting. Cool. And we just moved on with our lives in the pandemic.
We begrudgingly said, fucking Tom DeLonge was right. God damn it.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think it'll be as crazy as the government or the movies make it out to be. I don't think we'd all panic or go to war. It'd be like, cool. We believe it. When have they visited us? We kind of want answers about what's going on, but I don't think we'd, throw up riots and panic and just be like, fucking cool. Are we tight with them?
Interesting. No,
so I
agree.
I think you're right, but I also think that it's 50-50 when it comes to specifically like religious groups, because I think that some of them are so indoctrinated that it does not matter. Like a life form from another planet could walk in front of their face and like blast another human being with a laser beam, and they would not believe it. Like, it just is. There are some people that are so ingrained in the faith and the idea of the faith that it does not matter. And I mean, we're seeing it with shit now. Like, we're seeing it with shit that is happening to our world, that like people just do not believe the shit that is happening. And that's just the way that it's going to be. And I think the other half will probably just give up on the religion, because the idea is that God created the heavens and the earth, right? There's nothing in the Bible about alien life or whatever. So if there is aliens, then the religion canceled. But and so it's going to be half people are going to have that mindset, and the other half are going to continue in their ways because they're never going to change, because there's no reason to change.
Right.
No, I agree with Noah. I'm kind of Practical Doug's more along that lines of it definitely will call into question our reality, because our reality is day-to-day life is rooted in the fact that there's no aliens here around us that we know of, right? They just, I know there's shape-shifting lizards, but whatever.
They were here already.
They were already here. But the idea that definitive proof, that they're call it some and it's not something like, oh, there was a UFO. It's like something definitive. They make contact with us. We make contact with them, whatever. There's some sort of like, holy shit, there's another life that exists outside our normal boundaries of existence. It would, I think, profoundly affect the way we go about our day-to-day life in the sense of we're not alone. Jared brought it up. Can we fuck them? You know, like is there weaponry? Are there resources? Is there information? Are they enemies? Are they friendly? What more can we learn? Is there space aids? There's so much to cover here. And religion, I think, is a big part of that too, because that's always what I've called into question, because someone would take some passages and mold it into like, Jesus talked about this too. You know, it would someone would try to stitch something together to make it account for that. But in general, I feel like it would shake us to our very foundations of, we are not the only intelligent, or whatever, take intelligent out there. We're not the only living creatures in the universe that we know of. And I think that shakes us. To me, that's why do I need to go into work tomorrow? Because fundamentally in my existence, it's only been humans and what we know on this planet. And now there's something completely different. Why should I go into work and work in my cubicle tomorrow? Like, why should I do anything? It's going to give me pause.
I think that so there are actually some like cults out there and stuff that literally just teach the Bible, but under the pretense that God is an alien, and like that should exist. I mean, people they'll be like, "I'm right, yes," but no. I mean, I think that's I don't think that generally, especially with like as we are getting into the newer generations and stuff, they're that nihilistic. I think that it's truly like, people don't give a fuck anyway already. I'm kind of on the same wavelength as Wolf, where I don't think it's going to be like mass panic. I don't think everybody's just going to up and like be like, existence is meaningless because our existence is meaningless, because half the population already thinks that. It's just we exist and we still want to enjoy our existence. Like, you know, some people might have extreme reactions, but I think for the most part, assuming that whatever happens is not like we're attacking, is like, is going to be fine. Because in all likelihood, whatever alien contact we get is like radio waves from billions of light years away that have been traveling for billions of years, and it's going to take billions of years for them to get back to us like again. And like, we're never going to make contact with them ever again, because, you know, based on our understanding of physics and stuff, it's like space travel isn't possible. And from our understanding of physics and just like the way that theoretical space confrontation works is, if we ever go to war with somebody in space, somebody's going to lose and somebody's going to win, or they're going to destroy themselves. And it's like neither actual planet will suffer any of the consequences. They're just going to send armies into space. They'll meet each other and blow each other up. And so it's just like it's just a weird, like, it's a weird question. I don't know.
I don't think it necessarily will turn people nihilistic, but I do think it'll cause people to, sort of like how the pandemic, I feel like, has forced people to reevaluate their day-to-day lives and what really matters. I think this would be a similar event of like, wait a minute, you're telling me there's another form of life out there that may be as intelligent as us that exists, and you're telling me we could potentially... It's life-changing. It's literally a life-changing moment in that if it's something where maybe it's cool, we'll go our separate ways, but we still know. Or it's we befriend them, and maybe together, maybe they're less advanced as us, and we teach them things, and now we have a partner. We have a galactic ally. Or we don't like them, and we start to have tensions. It changes. Does that unify us as a people, as a species? Is this like Watchmen, where we need something like this to unify us? Because I argue that humans united are one of the most terrifying forces in the universe. We're basically like the orcs of Warhammer 40K. When we get all together under one banner, we create a Waaagh that is unstoppable. Imagine what we could do if this planet united we were all on the same page, working together, that is horrifying to anyone else
I agree.
in the universe. We would be unbelievable.
For sure. No, and that's like, I fully think that would probably be the case. I think that a vast majority of people would be like, okay, shit, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that life would certainly go on, but we'd adjust, and but there would still be stinkers.
Of course, there's always going to be stinkers.
I mean, fuck, I don't even know if I would reconsider religion based on if aliens showed up today, just because of how I was raised. It's just like that shit is so buried into my brain that I don't know there is a world where I can think that like an afterlife or whatever doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
I don't think I'd react either, but I'm so like ingrained to the thought, especially with some of the podcasts I listen to where they've had conversations like this. I think one of them, Noah, with Jesse and
Hey, what podcast are you on right now, motherfucker?
My bad. But I'm just saying there are ones out there where I've heard conversations like this where
I will haunt your butt.
Don't forget
nice
it.
One.
Oh shit.
That's a good one.
Don't forget it, motherfucker.
But no, I don't think it would change things too heavily. There would be the outliers, and we might have like structural changes in religions where people are all like, we're damned now. I mean, there's no afterlife. What are we supposed to believe in? And then there are people who are going to make the aliens are gods. But for the most part, I think a good majority is just going to be like, as long as they're not hostile, fuck it.
Sure.
Yeah. And as Jared would say, as long as they're not hostile,
what does Jared say?
Fuck them.
Fuck it.
Fuck them. I'm just at the end of the day, just leaving this conversation with a little bit of hope. I'm a big believer in the great filter theory, which is the theory that no life can make it to another planet without destroying itself.
Fermi paradox, baby.
And that is that's where I'm at. Even if aliens do exist, I don't think we're ever going to meet them, because I don't think any species can manage to get over itself. And the fact that we're like special or whatever, I was like, that's a human thing. We're pretty self-centered, generally speaking.
All right, everybody, you heard it here. You're not special. Eat shit.
Compliments of Noah.
You're not special, and we'll never see aliens. Fuck you.